Hello, my name is Rachel. I am a knitter, mother, wife, teacher, and today I am trying to do a quick video before someone in my family finds me. It's Easter holiday, so naturally, people are looking and whatnot, but that's not why I'm filming today. I'm filming today because I think I'm losing my mojo, and I wanted to know, what do you do when you feel unmotivated? Yeah, that's the right word, to finish your projects. So I mentioned before that my goal is to successfully complete all the works and projects that I started. I have several. I have my Copenhagen cardigan. I have Angelo's blanket. I have the test knit oatmeal sweater. I have sweater number 20. Those are my four active, items that are on my needles. I also cast on another pair of socks, which I don't really count as a whip because I have not done anything with them since casting them on and knitting a couple of rows. Like, I'm barely beyond the toe. So I guess it is works in progress. But anyway, 5 works in progress. I have not done anything with any of my projects really this weekend. And this is upsetting to me because I'm so used to using a weekend to really dive deep into my knitting projects. I frogged the 24 birds. I'm looking at my notes. Yeah, 24 birds knitting along pattern. I was doing that, frogged it because I had made a lot of mistakes, like not just a couple, but a lot. And when you end up with 17 extra stitches, when you're only supposed to have like not 17 extra stitches, it's pretty clear you did something wrong. So I fraud that and I was like, I'm going to start over again. Well, I'm a little obsessed with the yarn I had started out with because it's really nice. And I'm like, do I really want to use that for this project? No. So I'm on the fence about that. So that's one dilemma I'm dealing with because I do want to do a shawl, but then I remembered the Stephen West knit along that he did, the big shawl knit along that he did. I never went and did that project. I started a swatch. Here, let me show you what the swatch looks like. You see that? Beautiful. Because I saw someone on Instagram or some social media site that said, oh, you can crochet. And I was like, I do know how to crochet. Check this out. And I was all gung-ho about to whip this up and use this. And as you can see, this is as far as I got. Then I was on the fence about like, what am I going to knit it with? What am I going to do? Like, I went back and forth with myself, still didn't end up doing anything. Then I forgot what gray yarn I used. And once I realized I couldn't figure out what gray yarn I had to use, I can't remember if it's super fuzzy. So clearly I held it with mohair, but I don't remember anything. So this got put on the back burner. And I thought I would go deep into my fingering weight yarn stash, which I have a lot of, and haven't touched that project since then. So when the 24 birds knit along came along, I was like, oh, this is perfect because I'm not going to be doing this alone. Oh, sorry, my hair is like itchy back here. I'm not going to be doing that alone. This is like perfect. I will be doing it with a friend. We do it together. I'm super excited. I picked out my yarn instantly, never second guessed it. Well, that's not true. I second guessed it like 7 or 8 times, but I ended up coming back to the original yarns that I had picked for it, which makes me feel really angry with myself because I spent like 4 hours, which it seems like 4 hours, maybe it was less, of my evening debating about what yarn I was going to use and what color sequence in the whole 9 yards. And fortunately, there were a couple of spoilers and I was like, ooh, I really like the pattern. I can't wait to really cast it on. So I cast on and I'm doing it. I'm like, I made mistakes. And so I fraud it with the intention of starting it over again. I haven't started it over again. And the explanation or justification I'm giving myself is right now is because the test knit that I'm doing with the oatmeal sweater is using 4mm needles. My Copenhagen sweater is also using 4mm needles. Do I have other pairs of 4mm needles? Of course I do. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 4mm needles that are just sitting there waiting for me to pick them up and put them with the project. So it's not like I don't have knitting needles to use to make the knit along. Just can't get over myself. So there's that. The second project that I frogged this weekend was the Musselburgh cat. Berg. Yeah, something like that. I was super excited to cast on because she did this amazing tutorial. I tried it out and bam, it worked. So I'm knitting along and I'm like, I feel like I'm making socks. And then I was reading the pattern and I was like, yeah, I'm doing a number increase. And then I'm hiking today in the woods, having a beautiful hike. It's beautiful today. It's Easter Sunday. My kids went to church. We didn't do an Easter egg hunt today because I just didn't want to. So we didn't do an Easter egg hunt, but they got a big Easter basket. And so it's been a very nice day. And so I was knitting along as I'm walking and I was reading the pattern. I was like, 8 stitches increase, and I'm only increasing by 4. I'm like, I made a boo-boo somewhere. So I thought really long and hard and realized I'm gonna have to frog it because I don't even know where I'm supposed to be making increases. Am I supposed to be making increases in this spot or that spot? So I fraud it. So it's 2 projects in one weekend that I fraud. I have never fraud this many projects in one weekend. Then here's the kicker. One of my coworkers is having a baby. It's by tradition at my job that I always make someone a baby's blanket. Everyone talks about it to the point where I'm like, oh, great. I have to make another baby's blanket because all y'all keep having these babies. Okay. I don't have any extra baby's blankets. I looked in my stash because I used to crochet up a whole bunch of blankets. I'm down to 1, and it's not really a baby's blanket. It's more like a baby floor mat. So I'm going to have to crochet him a baby's blanket. The problem is I'm still crocheting my only baby a blanket. And now I'm feeling guilty like, oh, but I didn't finish Angela's blanket. But I'm not going to give Angela his blanket till his birthday. But his birthday's in September. But I did a whole bunch of buts. So I've been sitting here with myself contemplating about when and how I should start the baby's blanket. I really want to crochet this baby's blanket. So much, in fact, that I picked out the yarn. Let me see if you can see it. Nope, you can't see it from that angle. Ooh, you see, I'm gonna zoom in. Nope, not gonna zoom in. And, well, the yarn is over there. It's that little rainbow yarn that's on the bottom. It's very pretty. It's machine washable. It's perfect for a baby's gift. They don't know the gender of the baby. It's primary colors. You can't go wrong, right? You can't go wrong. I just don't feel like crocheting it. 1, I'm not really close with this individual. So there's that. And 2, I'm not really close with this individual. So, and I just don't feel like making a blanket, but then I want to make him a blanket because, you know, it's what I do. So yeah, that's been my knitting crochet weekend. And, oh, but on a positive note, I found this wool wash. You see? Suelo's wool wash. I didn't even know about this. I was looking for a little key ring for my bonus son. He bought a car this weekend, and you know how when you buy a car they usually get that really cheap little ring that's attached to the key fob and the details about the car that you purchase. So he had that, and I was like, that's gonna fall apart. You're gonna lose the key, and it's like $500 to replace the key fob. So I went in my stash and I found that I had those little key rings. Why, I don't know. I think it was for some crochet thing I was doing back during the pandemic. But anyway, oh, that's a little fuzzy. Anywho, anyway, I found him one, I gave it to him, and as I was digging in that container, I found this. So I completely forgot I purchased this, and kind of mad at myself that this is like the 3rd time this month. Anywho, this is like the 3rd time this month that I have found something I had purchased and completely forgot about it. It happened with yarn. It happened with the wool wash. And there was something else I purchased that I forgot about it. I don't remember what it was. But nevertheless, this is what's been happening a lot. So I'm not having a very good crafting, knitting, crochet weekend, which kind of bugs me because this is what I look forward to. I spend the whole week thinking and caring for everyone. And Friday was off to a good start. Friday, I sat with my test knit and I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to finish the sleeves. Oh, and let me show you my progress with my sleeves. Let me show you. Here we go. Lean in. I do notice I wear a lot of hoodies, and I'm sure some of you are like, why don't you wear your knitwear? Because my knitwear is really precious to me, and the only people who appreciate it are other knitters and crocheters. And my sons, although 7 and 9 and 19, still use me as a human tissue. So that's why I wear a lot of hoodies. Not that you really care. Anyhow, I'm feeling very sassy today. Maybe because I had some wine. Who knows? Anyway, this is, oh, you can't see that. Let's run it again. This is sleeve number 1, 13 inches. Not the required amount. I need a couple more. I actually need to do 19 inches total. because that's how long my favorite sweater is from Andrea Mari's. So I got a ways to go. Here's the other one, another 13 inches. The ish that's happening, you see how much yarn I have left on this ball, and this is how much yarn I have left on this one. So since I am playing yarn chicken and I don't want to buy more of this yarn, it's a beautiful yarn. It works out really well. I can already tell it's going to peel. I've already accepted that. It's super fuzzy and it's a beautiful pattern. The yarn is beautiful as well. So everybody's happy. The thing is, I just don't want to buy more yarn. The yarn I would have to purchase it from is going to take at least 2 to 3 weeks to arrive. I should have, oh, the little beetles are back. I get beetles in this room. Let me just kill that. I get beetles in this room. I don't know why. I don't know if it's coming from the window or for the air vent, but they show up every spring. Little black bugs that love to congregate in this particular area, and I'm not too sure why. I should probably learn a little bit more about that. Luckily, it's not moss, whatever. So anyway, back to the yarn. As I mentioned before, I'm on a not necessary no buy, but only a necessary buy, and I'm trying to hold out to my birthday. So my goal is to go ahead and finish knitting both sleeves. And once I finish both sleeves, I am then going to helical knit with this yarn. This is a DK gray yarn, and I figure I'll do the body with that. It's going to be a really interesting color. It'll be unique. It won't look like any of the others, and I kind of wish I did that for the whole body. But the reason why I'm attracted to this one is because with this particular hand dye yarn, it's tonal. Tonal is an excellent word to describe it. And as I said before, when you look at it in a different lighting, sometimes it looks purple, sometimes it looks pink, sometimes it looks gray. It's very ambiguous in color. And I think I can get away with this dark gray yarn because it has the same composition of the yarn I'm using right now. It's just a different color. So my goal is to do a block. So I'm going to do 8 rounds of this because it's an 8 round, no, gosh, I think it's more than that. For the sleeves, it's an 8 round repeat, but for the body, which I haven't worked on in a couple of days, I don't really remember the body repeat. Oh, look, I'm not the only test knitter who is not finished with the pattern. Here we go. We're doing this together. It is a, oh, I'm lying. It is an 8 round repeat. Cool. So the body is an 8 round repeat. You're using 3 different charts for 8 rounds. So I figure 8 rounds, then 8 rounds with the other one, 8 rounds. So I'm going to try doing like that kind of stripe effect in the body and then finish it off. Will it look good? I don't know. Should I have planned better? Yes. Did I know going into this I didn't have enough yardage? I did, but I didn't. I told myself I would have enough yarn in a variety of different ways of telling myself I would have enough yarn. So in the end, I'm going to make it work and hope for the best. The other ish that I'm having right now is that as I'm working this, I realize I really want to move away from heavy yarn. I really want to do more sweaters that require DK or fingering weight yarns. Not because I like the texture or anything, because of the body heat. I know I'm wearing a hoodie right now, but in everyday world, when I'm not at home, I don't have control over the temperature, and my body temperature fluctuates so frequently, and especially when we get in these warmer months where I'm hot and cold and I'm hot and cold, which is why I'm so fixated on finishing my Copenhagen sweater because I really want to get that done, and I want to do another cardigan. But yeah, I just feel like my knitting mojo is gone, and now I'm just rambling, so I'm going to stop because I really don't know what I'm going to work on for the rest of the evening. I got to figure this out. Plus, today, oh, my husband's talking. I went on a hike, right? Excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. my husband came upstairs to invite me to watch a movie, even though I told him I didn't want to watch said movie. And I don't want to mention the movie just in case anyone wants to see it, but I don't want to watch it. There's a don't. I've told him 5 million times I don't want to watch it. Any other movie you can put on, I don't want to watch that one. Anyway, I just realized my nails are looking very Eastery, and that was not my intention. I just saw the two colors and I thought, ooh, those are pretty. I think they will look pretty together. But anywho, as I was saying, I really don't know what I was saying. What I would like to say to finish off is that I'm going to, oh, I went on a hike today. That is the last thing I want to share with you. So on the hike today, as I mentioned before, I realized I didn't knit the muscle burrow hat to the pattern expectations and decided while on the hike to frog it. And so I went on a different trail today. We live very close to a really beautiful hiking trail. There's multiple trails, I should say, that's near our home, that's near a water reservoir. So I frequently go on this. And so today I decided to take another path. Usually I go to the left, and I was like, I'm going to go up to the right and see what's up there. It took me to a whole different part that I didn't even know where it was. And as I was walking, I was like, eventually I'm going to make it back down to the area that I'm more familiar with. I didn't. I ended up in a whole different city. I kid you not. I walked to the next town over. I didn't even know that the hiking trails near our home was close to this other city. So I ended up in another city and I was like, let me just see on my GPS. I was 3.5 miles away from my house. So I contacted my husband. I was like, yo, can you come pick me up? Because I'm here. So I texted him where I was located. I found an exit in the other city and he picked me up. I tried not to, blow up my spot. I had just frogged my hat, so I was not in the best of mood and was trying to be like, this is why you should have came with me, because I have no sense of direction. I felt that in land navigation when I was in ROTC, so clearly I still need help with figuring out how to get from point A to point B. But he got us home safe and sound, and needless to say, I should probably just stick to the trails I'm most familiar with. Otherwise, I'm going to continue to end up in a different city. So there's that. Anywho, I think we're going to work on this test knit. I really am curious what these sleeves are going to look like. So I'm just going to tackle those. I know for a fact I can finish both sleeves today. I'm not going to do the helical knitting idea that I mentioned for the body for the sleeves. I'm going to have that be the main color. I think now I'm like second guessing myself on that. Where I'm at a perfect part, but I think what my plan is will work out better for it as well. I don't know. I see some sweaters that have that are cable or textured that have the stripes, and so or have like color blocking. So that's another idea I have in mind. I'm just not sure. I'm at a point now where it'd be perfect to do the stripe. I just don't think that this is enough yarn to do that with the body as well as the sleeves, which is what my hesitation is. And I don't have another skein of DK weight yarn. I only have this one. So I'm going to continue to reflect on that and go deal with my family. Happy Easter, or happy whatever it is that you celebrate today, or just happy Sunday, and have a great day, y'all. Thank you.